Hello, I'm so glad that you could join me today. We're going to do a reading for the collective. Some of this may resonate for you and some of it may not. If it does resonate, I'd appreciate a comment or a repost. I'd love to hear from you. If you're looking for a personal reading, you're more than welcome to reach out. You're starting off here with some illumination of some events that have taken place recently. Spending some time among the people that we love, spending some time sharing more positive moments has helped you to realize some of the areas that perhaps were not quite clicking for you. I'm getting that there were some truths that may have started to become a lot more clear. I'm getting that there are some individuals who have recently discovered the source of some conflict that was being added to your life, causing some unfair energy coming towards you, or causing you to feel a certain way about some individuals or some situation where it wasn't quite being fully, it wasn't fully truthful. Let's say a little bit of deceit or manipulation, maybe not even outright lying, but the withholding of information can make a big difference. And what you're discovering is that all of this information that was not revealed to you is now becoming a lot more to the forefront of things, and it's helping you really start to see and clarify the individual steps that you yourself need to take to make yourself comfortable with the situation, to provide yourself with some closure. Perhaps you're starting to see the true nature of some individuals. You're starting to recognize that some of the individuals you thought did have your back or were on your side were not necessarily being fully honest with themselves or authentic in that light, not being fully genuine. And perhaps you yourself, I'm getting there's a few people that are starting to discover that when they themselves were not being fully genuine and authentic in how they felt and not speaking up, they kind of started to allow these heavier energies to cloak and blanket over things. And that heaviness makes it really difficult to really see and appreciate everything that you have going on for you. And so now we're starting to have all of this revealed to us, where it's starting to make a lot more sense. Whether it was an individual that was dealing with something and they had to add that energy. And like I said, in some cases, we've got some individuals that they themselves are starting to understand which behaviors, patterns, which connections that were not authentic and genuine were kind of feeding into this. So the moon is coming up just to show us that we have to pay attention to the truths of this. We can't just shove these away. If you are not 100% happy and loving the way things are going, you have to be able to look at yourself and say, well, what role do I have in that? Have I allowed individuals to be in my energy who are not fully authentic? Have I not am I not holding my boundaries intact? Or is it me that's not being authentic and genuine in my intention and my interactions with others? I'm out here, in the dark, like all of us. But when I am able to discern what is authentic and what is not, when I pay close attention to these things, other things become a lot more clear. You can only, cloak over things for so long before eventually the moon does rise and things become a lot more obvious for you. I'm getting for some of you, this may have involved some custody battle, or your visitation with your children, or visitation that your children have with somebody else, where there was some mistruths or manipulation occurring with other family members, perhaps. They were trying to portray themselves as being someone or something that they are not. They're not doing what they said they were doing. And now other people are starting to see this as well. I'm getting from another group of people, we've got another individual here that's, it feels as though they want to not blame themselves for situations that they have contributed to. But it is very important right now that you are able to identify what role you have played in the difficulties that have transpired with this. And if we are going to be honest about it, remember to come to a place, to come to these individuals, to come clean with this information in a way that is actually separated from the ego. If you go into this with this negative attitude about it and and try to cast blame or try to have excuses for it instead of just owning it, I was not my best, it's not going to get the results that you want. You really have to be truly, truly in touch with what's happening here in this situation if you want it to be fully out in the light, fully realized, fully clear, fully honest. And then from there, you can push forward and progress from that. But it's all about being authentic, genuine, and not pretending anymore, and not allowing that to occur as well. So some of us are going to be getting some relief in this regard. We're going to feel a lot better about that. So we're going to pull this one today, the void, huh? I've been getting a lot of messages about this in taking time to embrace our void, embrace our in-between times, embrace our hibernation periods, especially in retrograde. It's a good time to slow down, double check your details. Some of us have been forging ahead so hard for so long that we have not taken a break, in so long that we have literally exhausted ourselves, and the people around us are probably exhausted with it too. We all need cycles of rest. We all need cycles of going slower and more deliberately. We cannot be 110% all the time, go, 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 go. That's exhausting to you. But we don't allow any time for the blessings to manifest if we're constantly trying to push that energy out. You have to go into receiving mode at some point. You have to absolutely, it's the great cosmic womb, right? And within the great cosmic womb, all of the energy that we put forth, all of the nutrients, all of the fertilizer, all of the resources that we put into that beautiful little seed that we want growing, that little egg that's in the great cosmic womb, it's just growing and growing and growing, but we have to allow it to take the time that it needs to develop and to come to us. So I'm getting that some of us have kind of exhausted ourselves. Personally, we are feeling the burnout. We are feeling going into this holiday season like it's too much. You're not looking at this as an opportunity. You're looking at it as a hindrance, like it's stopping you, like it's preventing you. But that's not what Spirit wants you to see this as. Spirit wants you to see this as, this is the time for you to relax and breathe. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy what you've accomplished thus far. Enjoy the people around you, your supporters, your family, your loved ones. The void is potential. Sometimes we have goals that we focus on so hard for so long that we kind of lose sight of why we're doing it. This is your opportunity to sit back and remind yourself why you're doing it. It's not only that, but it's an opportunity for you to sit back and make sure that this is still what you want. Hone it in a little bit more, get a little bit more clear, make sure that it all aligns the way that you want it to. Now, you don't need to know how, you don't need to know why. All you need to do is just appreciate these moments of quiet, these moments of nothing. If you are blessed enough to be able to just sit back for a few moments and not go full force right now, take that opportunity to rest. Now, even for those who are like, well, I'm in survival mode, I can't just stop. Spirit is asking you to just consider that you are only going to be able to continue at this pace for so long before you burn out. So while you might not be able to take a whole winter to rest, that doesn't mean that you can't take those moments and opportunities in between all of your endeavors to truly rest. Turn the devices off, go lay in a quiet, dark room, and whether you sleep or you don't, it doesn't matter, but do what you enjoy. Do something that is refreshing to your mind and your heart. Do something that allows your creative energy to flow and move about. It's not about creating something that you can shove out in the world. It's just about creating. It's just about doing something that you enjoy so that your body and your mind can rest rather than pushing forward so hard. That constant push and that constant shoving is just not going to result in anything happening any faster for you. We feel like if we're not doing enough, we're not doing enough. You are doing enough. And also there is a cycle. So while we're work, we also need to rest. We have to take those moments to allow that cycle to continue. So it's time for us to take a little bit of a rest, a rejuvenation. You've got big, massive goals on the horizon. That's amazing. Keep watching for them and keep looking for them, but just allow it to transpire for a minute here. You're going to have the opportunity. You're going to know exactly when it's time to start pushing again, but you are doing enough. You're doing more than enough. You can afford to take some time to rest. All right, we've got the Seahorse Spirit. I'm going to have a lot of the same things to say about this. Watching and waiting, because we haven't really been willing to look at the potential that there is in front of us. We have it in our minds of what we can attain. Spirit is calling this card out to let us know that there is so much more to that you can't see. It's like if the universe and the plan that is for you is a giant puzzle, and each piece is dropping one at a time. The puzzle is so big that we can only see and focus on one section at a time. Now, you might have a good chunk of the pieces in place. What you don't see is that there's more pieces over here that are falling into their spaces, and we've got more pieces to come over here. It's not going to come any faster because you wish it to come faster, but it is making its way there, and it will make more sense once we are able to get all of the pieces together and we take some time to observe. You look at the whole big picture. Yes, this one goes here, this one goes here, this is over here. Somebody else is working this corner. You can't even see them. You don't know who they are. It's behind the scenes. It's that magic stuff happening in the universe that isn't there. So some of you, I'm feeling very much like it's about, you think that all the pieces aren't in place and you are drawing that piece to put in. You don't need to do that. We just need to kind of wait and allow. There's a sense of patience that we need to understand here. I am getting for some of you that you're enduring a specific situation that want to address immediately. Like it's problematic or it's inhibiting your goals, and you've discovered it now that you're very aware of what's happening, and you're trying to make this person fess up, address the issue, fix the problem, do it. You wanna go and face to face and tell it like it is and say what you want to say and just have it out with this person. And Spirit is actually telling you in this situation that if we sit back for just a little bit longer, allow some more to come to the light, allow some more of this situation to be revealed. There's a lot more coming. You're going to see more. It's going to make more sense. There's more that's going to back you up. You don't have to force it out of the situation. And in fact, it will be better if you allow it to come to light naturally, because then it doesn't look like something that you were pushing at. So some of this is definitely about individuals that are ready to address a situation, ready to go full force at it. And it is absolutely just trying to show you, just wait. If you sit back and just observe and take in, you're going to have way more information to move going forward. There's no need to force it out. It's coming, and in fact, conserving your energy right now is better and will work out better for you in the long run. So it might be difficult to keep our mouths shut and to just watch, but take notes if you have to, but that's all you need to be doing right now. Spirit does not want you to approach. It does not want you to address this head on. It does not want you to push, force. There's no amount of that that's going to make it any better. As much as we feel like, I need this right now, I want this right now, I deserve this right now, Spirit is saying, if we can just wait, well, we're going to see exactly what we want to see transpire. Oh, Thanatos. Thanatos is the personification of death. That's the so in the traditional tarot, this would be an equivalent of the death card, and for some, this feels again like a forced period of being unable to move forward, like you're forced to stop. It's like it feels like a block, but really what we're looking at is this is that period of reset. This is a rest period. Some things have, and there's some specific people that I feel like their situation has come to the end. There's as far as it's going to go with that. There's no more information you're going to get. You're not going to get more closure. It's not going to feel better. You're not going to be able to go back and refresh that relationship. That doesn't mean that there isn't life and light waiting for you at the end of the cycle. This is a period of rest and refresh. This is a period of closing out cycles, closing out the things that are not working for us anymore, closing out this expectation that somebody's going to come forward and be honest and do right by you. Where this is that's just not necessarily how things pan out. But this is an opportunity for you to be comfortable with the idea of cleaning up and closing off these cycles so that we can move into that next phase. There's some specific people that are dealing with a loss of a relationship, and they're feeling very, very much like, okay, I know that this is just done. There's no fixing this. Spirit wants you to take some time to kind of sit with that and just allow yourself to feel all the feelings about this, because it is a difficult thing to experience, and you can't be expected to move forward with the same energy that you were with before when you're in this period. This period has its own specific value and purpose. It's so that it's a clearance phase. You're allowing yourself to feel them. You're allowing yourself to just observe the rest of the world from behind the veil while you stay in a protected state, so that we can refresh and rejuvenate and come back brand new, restored as our new self, as our new life, with our new relationship, with our new goals and all of these things. I'm getting that some of you have discovered recently that your career or your job is not something that is going to be as stable as you had hoped, or that career isn't making you as happy as it was, or it's becoming more difficult for you to continue with the finances. And you've invested so much time and energy into that, and you're looking at it in this like, it's over, it's done, it's dead, it's wasted, but it's not. All of that is simply an opportunity for you to reevaluate, to sit back again in that hibernation mode. It's been a whole theme here where we're taking time to rest, reset, rejuvenate, heal the self, allow things to come to the light, allow things to just have time to simmer, to marinate, whatever it is that we need to do. Sometimes good things take time, and it was worth it when we got to it. When we come to the Thanatos, Spirit is asking us to appreciate the end of cycles as much as we appreciate the beginning of them. Because when we honor what it took to get to the end of the cycle, that effort is rewarded, and we take it with us into the next life. We pulled two. We've got trust and new beginnings. So this absolutely goes in alignment with the other cards that are coming through. It does not feel as though we can possibly continue forward in the same vein. It does not feel as though it's going to be the same, or we felt that that was lost. But these cards want you to believe first in yourself. There's absolutely nothing that will ever stop you from being able to start again. Everything can be taken from you, and you have the strength within you to start again. The trust part is going to extend further, because if you don't believe in yourself and you don't understand that you yourself are going to be fine, if you haven't embraced that aspect of yourself yet, and you don't recognize yourself as, I can do this, I can continue, and I am going to do so in a way where I look at myself in the mirror and I know that I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm putting the effort in it, and I'm being the best version of myself. You are the only person that goes to bed at night, closes your eyes, and lives with what's in your brain. So you are the person that has to begin to understand what trust is by trusting yourself as being capable, trusting yourself as being an honest and authentic person, trusting that yourself will be able to uphold these boundaries and respect the boundaries of others. Once you're able to do that first, then you will realize that any of the wounds or the hurt caused by somebody who was not being honest with you, that you could not trust, somebody that was lying, playing games and manipulation, that's on them. That does not mean that going forward that you're not going to be able to discern that in other people. When you trust yourself, you're recognizing that, number one, I'm pretty good at discerning this now. I'm pretty good at feeling honesty and authentic, genuine connections. I'm familiar with the red flags. I don't have to sit here and question and doubt. But not only that, but as soon as I get the sign of this is not authentic and genuine, that I believe in myself enough to enforce that boundary and say, I'm done. I don't need that. I don't need to continue. I don't need to wonder. I'm not going to sit there and allow you chance after chance after chance so that you can affect the way that I feel about honesty and vulnerability in situations. I'm going to find who does. There are people out there who do value these same things. They are going to be trustworthy people. And I know that because I'm one of those people. So I can look forward and identify the things that are going to be reliable and consistent because I'm starting with that first and I'm believing in myself first. The New Beginnings card, if it does not align with your highest true self, if it does not align with those authentic intentions, it is not supposed to be with you going forward. Thanatos was telling us that there are things that we are letting go of, that we are closing out these cycles. And it also wants you to be aware of what is brand new. Do you see that beautiful sunrise? It takes that sunset in order to have that sunrise. If we don't allow the sun to set, when would it rise? Everything happens in cycles. And so with this cycle, you have learned a lot of lessons. You've learned a lot about yourself. And with that, you've been able to build that trust within yourself. You know you're more than capable of brand new. It's difficult at times. It may not be what you anticipated. But instead, if we look at this like, I learned a lot. I invested a lot. That was not wasted. This is all about me. And this is my experience here. And because I have worked so hard and because I have been authentic and genuine and pushed so hard for this, I know that I'm going into this next cycle even better than before. This one is going to be that next elevation that we were looking for. So some of us are closing out cycles with some unfaithful people. They had broken our trust, and we are we ever going to feel wonderful again? Absolutely. I did get earlier in the reading, there were some individuals dealing with custodial children issues and families being divided over these issues. One person was conveying themselves to be a certain way, and it was simply not true, and they're now becoming aware of this. So that new beginning for you is having a cycle where you're not being doubted and questioned nearly as much as you were. You're now, people are going to say, well, They were being honest the whole time. They were the ones that were doing what they were supposed to be doing, and we mistakenly viewed it. So you're getting a new beginning with people that that mistook you, or maybe had the veil over their own eyes, and they've now been able to see clearly what the truth really is in the matter. I hope these messages find you in a space where you can find peace. They help provide some clarity and validation. If you're looking for a more personal reading, I am able to provide those. I do them by a donation basis. So please DM or look out to my website for any questions. Thank you so much.